I sat in the swamp with a little pink piggy who loved roller skating and playing pretend. The boy that she loved was a real snack master. The world was a beach ball and we were all friends. Then he died alone, and the last time I saw her, it looked like the Reaper had rapped on her door. She said, "Do you remember singing Ice Ice Baby with me, laying down on the reef bathroom floor?" How could I ever forget? I could never forget. I will never forget. How could I ever forget? I could never forget. I will never forget. Jimmy and Johnny just stare at each other while their mother hangs in the Holiday Inn. Your funeral on your son's 7th birthday is the worst thing you could ever give him. I bet he liked flowers, balloons, and a card. Unconditionally yours, all my love from your mom. Much more than wearing a little black suit and saying goodbye forever to you. Ding, 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 ding. I haven't forgotten the times that I teased you while everyone else pointed at you and laughed. Permanent damage was not my intention, but I could not foresee the aftermath of my actions. I was so small, wanted to grow in the eyes of my enemies. For a while I felt tall, but they knocked me back down. Now I'm here on my knees, looking at my feet in a bed of pine needles and wondering if anyone still knows my name. I turned full circle, then another half circle, and tried to go back the same way that I came. Look alive, Dawson, your heels are dragging. I never knew anyone could move so slow. You may be a hotshot now, but you are still a cow, a big fat F. Why don't you just go home? I guess that means I did not make the team. I'll just lay in the ground and look up at the trees, the old Bedford oak, the tall evergreens. This is not a joke, this is not a dream. Not sleeping, just resting in pieces that I wish were peaches. I saw your dad later that day. Maybe he shot himself, could have been someone else. Ask me to tell you what he had to say. You don't have to end up with people who self-destruct. Go find a lover who will never leave. Fear of abandonment, self-hate, and discontent will go away when you let yourself breathe and forget about me, forget about me, forget about me. How could I